My name is Donna Mackey and I'm Good Relations Officer at Ardson Northdown Borough Council. Table 1, 2, 3, 4. You all have your questions and the councillors will move and rotate round so that you can have answers to everything that you have.
I think it's so important that the youth connect to local social issues because it's our future that we're not currently getting to have much of a say over. Whereas if we do get involved, that we get to control our future, and there's something so powerful about that. Getting to do events like these and being involved in Youth Voice, I get to actually positively impact like other people who've went through what I have, and I think those reasons are why it's so important.
The Getting to Know Your Councillors programme has raised a lot of important questions tonight from the young people, and hopefully our local councillors will be able to help them make change for the local communities.
So, as a councillor, what has been done recently by the council to tackle environmental issues in Ardson Northdown, and what are the future plans in terms of tackling the environment?
Okay, thank you. There's different things the council can do to tackle our climate crisis. Obviously, this is one of the biggest issues that we now face as a society. The science is very clear. Our climate crisis is one of the most pressing challenges for a generation. I think we need to have creative plans that don't negatively impact families or people with disabilities.
It was really interesting getting to talk with them, and then also them getting to hear our opinions too. What's involved in being a councillor, and like what all do you get up to?
Well, I would divide my role in two. There is the civic responsibility, so you are an elected representative in your area. So my area is basically Bangor East and Donaghadee. Part A is the civic role, the more formal role where you're at council meetings, and Part B is talking to your constituents. For me, it's all about my local area and my local constituents.
There are a lot of programmes going on for the youth, and this is just one of them tonight. The goals for the event tonight are to introduce the young people to the councillors so they can raise topics that are important to them and how they can address them as a partnership.
So what are councillors currently doing for young people in Ardson Northdown?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. The council, years ago, councils would have decided what they think young people might want, rather than doing the obvious and speaking to young people and asking what they want and then taking it from there.
Discussions like this help to connect the youth to the wider issues in their area and therefore be able to bring those to council in the hope of getting some change.
I know before I started Youth Voice, I felt like, oh, this is very out of my depth, whereas it's actually not, and you realise being in there that councillors are just people too.
So what are you planning to do about tackling the current mental health crisis?
Thank you for that. It's chronic. My background, as I already said, I'm a psychotherapist, so about a day and a half a week I work in mental health, and about 4.5 days, because I work 7 days a week I think, are working in politics. So I see the two as being a real synergy. So what happens in society is part of what happens with somebody's mental health, and they're part of each other. What I will say, I want to start it kind of wide like a funnel and then narrow it down. The first thing I want to say is looking at the more acute, the more challenging, the bigger problem in terms of mental health, we need more beds.
I definitely do feel like we understand them better and that they understand us better, and there's certain topics we talked about that, like me and my friend that I was sitting with, we were actually surprised at how much they related, which I don't think we expected.
There is something that you're interested in about bringing the community together, building relationships, please get in touch to goodrelations@ardsonnorthdown.gov.uk.